YouTube! You know what day it is. It's your favorite Dhar, MelTheActor, and your king, your Melvin Ward, back at it again with another episode of Mel's Perspective Podcast. And I'm doing something a little bit different today because I'm doing something live on my YouTube, and also I'm recording this for the camera and also the microphone. So I'm doing more of a trifecta type of thing. So today we're going to be talking about to Dutch or not to Dutch. I found this post on social media, and this guy had this question, and it says, he says, I have a real question. Do guys have to pay for all dates when just getting to know each other? Should you start off Dutch? You know, I'm just saying, it gets, you know, I get it that it's the gentleman thing to do, but afterwards, when they stop calling or answering your calls or text messages, seems like you got played. You know, I can use my money on other things. LOL. Y'all help me with this one. So, I mean, is it really like? Is it really a bad? Well, I don't want to say. This is just my opinion. My opinion on the whole matter is this. I feel when you ask somebody out on a date, the expectation is for you to pay because you're asking them out on a date, so you want to show them a good time, right? And this is just from like the men traditionally asking the woman out on a date. Of course, you're going to pay, for the date. Now, on the other hand, if a woman asks you out on a date, the expectation, quote unquote, is for them to pay. Now, there may be a situation where the woman asks you out on a date, but then the expectation is for you to pay for it. Now, that to me is where I don't get it. Then that's where this question is where, like, basically you got ghosted in that they used you for your niceness and your kindness for a weakness, and they just used you for your money. And it's like, no, I feel that if you're asking someone out on a date, then you should pay. Now, if you guys kind of know each other, you guys have been going out on dates for a while, then I feel the expectation is to go 50-50 or go Dutch. Like, hey, what? You pay for yours and I'll pay for mine, and that's just the way it's going to be. Now, if the woman is, or that person, because it can be a dude too, if it is like that, meaning that if she or if they are purposely just using you for your money, then that's just terribly bad. That's just terribly bad. I really wanted to kind of like address the situation because I've been out. So me, traditionally, I'm the one, if I were to ask somebody out on a date, my own expectation for me is to pay. Is to pay for almost everything. And there was a situation where this woman, she actually asked me out on a date, and I knew in my mind, I'm like, okay, if she asked me out on a date at this nice little place and she has me pay for everything, then we're completely done. I don't want to have anything to do with her. But I was proven wrong. She paid for everything, and I'm like, okay, cool. So that stuff like that can go hand in hand. It just depends on the person. But I feel that it's only fair if you're asking somebody out on a date, then you should be the person to pay. And like I said before, if you are not the type of individual to want to pay for it, and you're asking that person out on a date, then I don't know what to tell you at the end of the day. That's just me. So yeah, and this is actually a live conversation too. So I'm actually about to go see if we have any type of questions. So let's go check it out right now. If we have any questions, or if anybody's on the live right now. So let's just check it out. Let's just see if anybody is on the live. Well, two are watching, but are there any questions? Okay, well, somebody's stop. Oh, well, I guess this is more of a I guess a general question. Have you stopped making Dharma videos because I don't see you in his videos? I haven't stopped. You know, the grind never stops. It's just that, like, I'm not just only a Dharma actor. I do other things. I do other, like, projects and stuff like that. So I'm not just a Dharma actor. You may see me on some Dharma stuff, but I'm also an actor. What else? But no, seriously, if you guys are on live, just ask me any questions about, you know, like dating, particularly about to Dutch, you know, to Dutch or not to Dutch. Like, what is that like what does that look like to you? Like, or have you been in a situation where you've asked somebody out on a date and, you know, that you paid, or was it the situation where they asked you out on a date and you still have to pay, or did they pay? So those are the questions that I would like to answer during this podcast, during this this YouTube live. And also, I will want to say something right now. I'm officially monetized, so I'm able to, I guess, earn funds for my YouTube services, quote unquote. And if you guys want, you guys can, you know, hit the super chat and send as much, you know, send whatever you can to support the channel. So that will be much appreciated if you guys can do that as well. It's pretty simple. Just, you know, just click on, I guess, like there's like a money sign, and yeah, just send whatever you want to send, and I will be much appreciated. But also, for all my subscribers out there, thank you so much for subscribing. But let's get back to the subject. Let's get back to the subject, to Dutch or not to Dutch. I'm just very traditional. I'm just a very traditional person. To me, I feel that it's really important as a man, when you're courting, that you, or when you're dating, that you should, the first time, I feel the first time, you know, it should be on the man. And then depending on how far it goes, then it can be vice versa. Like, hey, I got you on this one. Hey, I got you on that one. Or, hey, you know, we can pay together, depending on what it is. Because there's a situation where I ask somebody out and I'm completely, and I don't know. It was one of those things where, like, dang, I shouldn't have. I felt kind of bad, but then I kind of didn't, because I mean, it was like at a nice, like, you know, restaurant, and we went Dutch. Yeah, it was a very expensive restaurant in Beverly Hills, and it was on my birthday. And I asked this lady, you know, this woman out, and you know, she came and she paid for her meal, and I paid for mine, and that's just the way it went. So I've gone Dutch before. Have you gone Dutch? Leave comments down below and let me know if you've gone Dutch. I've gone Dutch before. But to go back to the question, or go back to the situation where they don't call, or they don't call you no more, they don't text you no more, they don't respond to your calls, and they don't respond to your text messages. It's terribly wrong, terribly wrong. And I just feel that it's not fair, but that's just, it's sad to say, but that is just dating 2021. You know, that's just, I feel like you kind of have to, like, weed out those people. You have to weed out the people who, you know, who do have your best interest in heart, and who, you know, and who just want to use you for just your stuff, you know. But I guess the biggest solution to that is just don't date. You know, just keep to yourself. just like, they said in the comment, look, I can, do bad all by myself. I don't mind going out to dinner by myself. I don't mind going out to movies by myself. I like my own company. That's just, to me, that's the best solution, doing everything by yourself. And if someone wants to come along, then that's fine. But then I also feel when you start dating, you need to, for sure set boundaries. You gotta set boundaries. You gotta have those, I don't want to say they're uncomfortable conversations, but I really feel like those are some things that's, that is needed, that you need to, that need to be taken care of. When you're talking to somebody, like, hey, like, what are your intentions? Ask those questions when you're going on dates. Like, hey, what are your intentions? Like, and really discern, really like pay attention to, like, because you can kind of tell who's lying, and you can kind of tell who's really being genuine and who's telling the truth when it comes to dating. Who really have your best interests at heart. Yeah, I mean, yeah, dating sucks. Dating does suck because, social media, has this, social media has this way about, like, putting out this facade that, you get the bag, you get the money, you get whatever you need out of them, and then you go to the next one when they don't have, your quote unquote needs or wants. You go to the next one, and then you sap them dry. Those are people that are called vampires and leeches. That's just my opinion on that one. Yeah, man. The best solution for me is going by yourself and not having to deal with the headache. But it's also cool to be with somebody and to to be with somebody and to enjoy their company and, be open and honest. Like, hey, like, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. And what are your intentions in this, in this friendship, in this quote unquote, beginning of a relationship, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. Wait, someone said the stream is laggy. Oh, snap, that actually kind of happened too. Hold on for 1 second. I might need to try something for 1 second. Hold on for 1 second, guys. We're going to take a quick commercial break. All right, we're back on. Hold on, let's see if we're back on. Okay, yes, we are back. So, welcome back. That was a quick little commercial break. Welcome back to Mel's Perspective. On this episode is to Dutch or not to Dutch. So, and I appreciate you, Floridian guy. Oh, you all the way from Florida. Okay, I see you. I see you. Acid Godzilla, King of Monsters. I'm your favorite. Oh, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. But no, yeah, stream out the questions. Give me some questions about, like, dating and to Dutch and not to Dutch. Like, like, let me know. Let me really know. Give me, your experiences. Like, tell me, like, your stories. Like, let me know. Did you have to Dutch before, or did you not Dutch, or did you get used? Like the comments said below. Yeah, let me know. Like, really let me know, like, what happened. Like, hey, I had to, I had to Dutch. Blessing, good. I like it a little more. Michael Johnson here. How you doing? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. But now it seems like it's going back to the whole. Now I don't think we're live. Hold on. Technical difficulties on the live stream. I don't know what's going on. I guess it's been laggy for a lot of people today. But back to the subject at hand when it comes to Dutching and not Dutching. Is it good or is it bad? I think, in the beginning, for me, it's just traditional. But then going back to going back to, you know, if you guys have known each other for a while, then you guys can go back and forth, especially if you guys have, you know, have built, you know, if you guys have built the friendship, then yeah, you know, I think, you know, it's cool to, you know, to pay for one time or to pay for this, or if you guys are going to like a trip or something, then yeah, you guys can definitely you guys should definitely, you know, go half on certain things, you know, depending on if it's expensive or if it's not, if it's not expensive, or hey, like, hey, if someone wants to treat you, then that's fine, but you know, let that be known in the beginning, because I feel like sometimes when it comes to that, communication is completely lost, because there's this quote unquote expectation for you to do certain things, especially when it comes to taking someone out on a date, and that goes back to, you know, some people, but from my experience, it's the women who, you know, some women, not all, some women have this expectation for you to pay for everything, you know, and it's wrong, you know, because it's like, well, I'm gonna keep my money in my pockets, and we're gonna spend your money, and that's not cool at all. Give me 1 second. We're gonna take another quick commercial break. We are back. We're back. So, okay. Yeah, so, oh, and also, if you guys, you know, can, you know, please, hit the super chat, you know, if you guys are part of the, super chat gang, go ahead and do that. But yeah, it's, I think there should be an expectation to communicate, you know, before going out on a date or whatever. But the initial one, this is just me, the initial one, you guys should definitely, or the men, I feel, should pay for everything. But I will see though, I will say though, I think what it is that, like, some men, when they're dating or, you know, when people are dating, like, the man usually kind of does everything and a woman doesn't say anything, and they're used to men doing that for them. So when the next man does that, that's already automatic, like, no, the man has done this for me for like a long, men do this, so I'm expecting you to do this. So then when they find somebody that's different, like, nah, I'm good, like, you know, I'm just gonna, like, use you, like, for this, and then I'll go to somebody else because, like, you're not meeting my expectations. And it's like, I think it's the same thing, like, you know, like, oh man, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think when everybody has an expectation, you know, during the whole dating process. Like, for women, I expect you to pay for everything, and for men, it's, hey, I expect us to have, you know, some extracurricular activities after this the shindig, because I'm paying for everything, so I might as well, you know, get a little reward. And sometimes it's like, nah, women like, nah, you ain't about to get this, you gotta earn this. Okay, I get it, and I respect that. I respect that. I do. I respect a woman who you know, who respects himself and who doesn't give up the cookies like the first day. I respect that. But don't lead a man on. I would say, don't do that. Don't just, I'm just gonna be all nice and he's gonna pay for everything, and I'm gonna make him think that, he's gonna get some, and when he never is. I'm not saying, like, that should be, you know, the end all be all, you know, like the cookies and stuff, like, I don't think, or the sex, I don't think that should be the end all be all. But I mean, if you guys are leading into, like, dating and being in a relationship, I mean, that should be a part of it. But John Doe says, if you have certain expectations, you should do it yourself. Don't expect people to fulfill your expectations. People have different experiences. You're right, absolutely right. I really feel that, you know, people do have different experience in that, and that goes back to, you know, when a woman is so used to a man doing everything, then their next dating experience, they're gonna have that expectation in the next one. But when they don't do that, then they get upset. And you're right. Everybody's different. Wait a sec. Oh, they're talking about something else. They're talking about something else. Yeah, so, but no, what else? Don't expect people to fulfill your expectations. That's actually pretty true, and that's really interesting. Do not expect people to fulfill your expectations, because people will fail you. So, you come into any relationship or friendship with an open mind, and you see it for what it is. Don't, because once you have an expectation for someone, you're holding them to a higher standard, or not necessarily like a higher standard, but you're holding them up to a standard. And then once they fail you in that, then I feel people retreat and they start to judge a whole lot quicker, and then they reflect on their past relationship or their past experiences and be like, oh no, see, this is the same thing that happened with so and so. Don't go into a relationship or whatever it is, having these expectations. But let's go back to Dutch or not to Dutch. Is that, should you Dutch? And I guess what people, I don't know if people know, but is this a Dutch is like, when you're going out on a date or whatever, and you pay for your stuff and I pay for mine. That's what Dutch means, especially when it comes to relationships. I don't know. August the Duck. I don't know who that is. I don't see. Oh, Duck the August. I don't know if you guys can move them. But no, yeah, that's just been, my perspective, my opinion when it comes to Dutching and not to Dutching. That is the question of the day. And I really, really wanted to do this podcast, and I really wanted to do something different, especially with the lives, since I'm able to now do lives a lot more and a lot more frequently. I just wanted to kind of get that experience under my belt, and hopefully and to really just put out just different content and everything. Floridian guy 1979, I sub to you. Appreciate that, my guy. I really do. Actually, really do appreciate you guys for subbing. And also sharing these videos, man. So side note. So for my stuff on my YouTube channel, which is Melvin Plays, for those who are listening on my podcast, I do reaction videos, but I'm also an actor. I'm a Dharma actor. I act in the Dharma videos, but I do reaction videos to Dharma videos, mainly the ones that I'm in, but I also did chronicles in other video or other channels similar to Dharma. So I do reaction videos, but I'm starting to now, allow the subscribers to suggest certain videos that I can do, that I should react to kind of throw a little bit of some spice in there and not doing the same thing. So I know when it comes to being a subscriber, which I'm a subscriber to different videos myself, I like seeing different things. So I just want to say that. What else? No, I think that's it. If you guys don't have any real questions or serious questions about dating, just let me know, and then we can definitely end this podcast real quick, this live real quick, and I'll definitely see you guys on the next one if that is it. So let me know. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes, and if not, then we will end it right then and there. Real questions about dating. Questions about dating, because this subject is about Dutch, to Dutch or not to Dutch. So relationships and stuff. I'll give you guys about like 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes. I'll give you guys about like 2 minutes if you guys want me to talk about dating, specifically dating. You know what I mean? Yes, dating. Any type of like dating question. This is because this is my podcast, and the subject is to Dutch and not to Dutch, which correlates into dating and your experiences going on dates. And did you have to pay? No, I'm not going to answer any questions about Dhar Man. I'm not going to answer any questions about Dhar Man. Remember, this is a this is a live. I get this is a live, but I'm just talking about dating. About Dutching and not to Dutch and your experiences. So just leave any type of questions about Dutching and not to Dutch if you guys have done that before, or your experiences dating and going on dates. Let's see. Okay. That's it. Thank you, Floridian Guy 2.0. How old do you have to be to date? My honest answer and my honest opinion on that one, to date, this is just me. I feel 18 should be, because you're, I guess, an official adult to like date. But I mean, to have like a boyfriend and girlfriend, like I had one when I was like 16, 17. So I mean, I would, to officially date, 18, but like, to have a boyfriend, girlfriend, 16, 17, I think that's like the age. But like to date will definitely be 18, because I started like dating, like really dating for me was, maybe when I was like 19, 20. But because I was in college and I was, focusing on sports and stuff like that, so I just really wanted to, have my fun. But then I started to really, focus on, like I said, my schooling, my sports, but also I was like, what, I think it's time for me to kind of like slow it down. So that's when I started to like really, see like what it's like to like date. And I was young. I was really young, and I just really made many mistakes, and I was very naive and gullible at a very young age when it came to like dating. Because I'm thinking like, oh, same thing, they just wanted to, I just wanted to make sure that they were good, and I paid for everything, and I was this nice guy. I was too much of a nice guy, and I had to learn how to like balance being a nice guy and also like having boundaries and like standing my ground on certain things, so then the women wouldn't take your kindness for weakness and just walk all over you. So that I think those are some qualities that like every person should have, is standing your ground and like having morals and having values of still being nice, but also having like a balance when it comes to like dating, and not letting people use you for what you have. I honestly think those are like key things to do when you are like dating. So definitely, it definitely did. But I think it's I think it's time for us to go anyway. I think it's time for me to go. So that is it today for this episode of Mel's Perspective Podcast. This episode was to Dutch or not to Dutch. I hope I was still on the same subject, or on the same subject matter. But for sure, this next episode is going to be a wild one. And I only say that because of what people say on the funny things that people say on social media, just to kind of get a kick in it, just to kind of get your reaction. And trust me and trust that I'm definitely not the one. Whatever you say doesn't faze me. Trust me, it does not faze me, because I got other things to do. And actually, when you do say stuff like that, it definitely fuels me. It definitely fuels me. Not to prove you wrong, but to continue to prove myself right. That what I'm doing is, yeah, I'm on the right path. But like I said, that's it today for this episode of Mel's Perspective Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it just like I did. For those who are listening on the podcast, thank you so much for listening and dealing with all this madness as I'm doing both live on YouTube. And if you're not on my YouTube channel, please go to Melvin Plays, and I have a few episodes on my YouTube channel, which is under Mel's Perspective, and I also have my YouTube channel Melvin Plays when I have a whole bunch of reaction videos. And for those who are on my YouTube channel right now, please, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, share this video. Last certainly definitely not least, go ahead and hit the notification bell if you guys want notification videos every single week, because I make new videos like this every single day. Hey yo, hey. It's your favorite Dhar actor and your king here, Melvin Ward, signing off. And I'm yeah.